Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. New album review day. It's end of the year. We're trying to get as much as we can. We still got some stuff yet to cover that has been released over the last couple of months that we want to bring to you before the year is up, because we want to start off 2022 with a bang and strictly go into 2022 releases, trying to tie up as many loose ends as we possibly can. So today we've got the debut album from this cool Norwegian band called Caligonaut. The album is called Magnified as Giants. And this has got the neat little slip cover, right? So when we take that out, that's what the album looks like. All right, same back. All right, take a look at the booklet. Some really fascinating Norwegian prog coming out of Scandinavia area these days. Man, I tell you, Norway and Finland and Sweden, can't go wrong with some of the prog rock coming from that section of the world. What do we got here? I could probably read a little easier here from my screen. So this band, originally a one-man band made up of Ole Michael Borndal. Hope I say that correctly. He is a guitar player, multi-instrumentalist, vocalist, okay? Main songwriter, main guy in the band. He's got a bunch of people helping him out from various other bands he's played with, as well as some friends on the Norwegian scene. Christian Carl Hultgren on bass. And then from Wobbler, we've got Lars Fredrik Frøsli on keyboards, mellotron, and synthesizers. We got on backing vocals Andreas W.S. Pressmo, all right, also helping out on drums. Henrik Fossum, also on drums. Arild Broter. On church organ, Ivar Klave, or Clavey, however you say that. On violin, backing vocals, Aja Ray. And on rhythm guitar, Stefan Vinden. Okay, and this album is released on Apollyon Records, who is a very quickly rising, up-and-coming progressive rock label that I'm cranking out some really cool stuff this year. So this particular album only comprised of 4 tracks, 4 long epic tracks. You've got Emperor, 14 and change. You've got Hushed at 10:43. I got the olds. Magnified as Giants, the title track, which is just under 6. That's the shortest piece on the album. And then Lighter Than Air, just under 20 minutes, is the big kind of finale of the album. I mentioned the guys from Wobbler played on this record, and I guess you can kind of draw some comparisons. But to me, the bands don't sound really anything alike, whereas Wobbler is very much, symphonic, bombastic at times, classic 70s sounding prog rock with lots of pastoral elements here and there. This is a little bit more laid back than the Wobbler stuff, although there are moments, some really up-tempo moments on this album, but for the most part, this is definitely more pastoral and lush in spots. Lots of nice instrumentation, really good guitar work. There's nice keys throughout the album. I really like the vocals. Out of the tracks, for me, the best songs are the bookend pieces, right? Emperor, which kicks things off, and Lighter Than Air. Lighter Than Air is spectacular. 19 and change, full of all sorts of peaks and valleys, and mellotron and Hammond organ and nice guitar soundscapes. Really, really well done. I like the vocals on the album, but the other tracks are really, really strong as well. This is one of those albums that a lot of people are talking about how much they like this album this year, how it's one of their favorite prog rock albums from 2021. And so I was like, all right, I got to hear this, because I up until a couple months ago I had never even heard the name before. But most people I talked to, I mentioned Wobbler and other Scandinavian artists, are like, oh, you got to check Caligonaut out. It's one of the best albums of the year. So the first listening to it, I was kind of like, all right, this is all right, but I'm not kind of hearing the greatness that everybody's talking about. But then on my third, fourth, and fifth listen, I'm like, oh yeah, now I get it. Because it's great how they kind of mix in the atmosphere and the little folky bits, and then the bits of bombast kind of pop in and out. It's not a kind of nonstop assault of that sort of thing. And they're not as complex, go back to Anglagard, certainly, or it's not as complicated and herky-jerky as that type of music. And it's not quite as heavy hitting as an Anecdote right? But there's definitely that kind of moodiness going on in their music here, and there's a lot of Anecdote has these moments of big riffs, a little more like kind of standard rock riffs and things mixed in with their prog, and it's not quite as symphonic and just like in your face 70s sounding prog like Wobbler. This is definitely a different beast, but I really like it a lot. I'm growing to really love this album. So I'm glad that folks really kind of steered me in the direction to check this one out, because I'm enjoying it a lot, and I'm really interested to hear more from these guys, right? What started out as kind of like a little project for one guy now is actually turning into a band. So Caligonaut Magnified as Giants. The sounds on this album certainly are pretty gigantic, so check it out if you love 70s style prog, like pastoral prog, that sort of thing. There's a little bit of symphonic on here as well, but it's definitely a different beast. So if you like Wobbler, I think you'll find lots to love here. So check it out. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course. We're here on YouTube all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content at a day like today, where we might have 6, 7, 8 new album reviews for you, right? In addition to everything else, you don't want to miss any of them. So you'll get an email in your inbox saying, Pete and this SOT crew has posted yet another video that I need to check out, and you won't miss anything, right? We've also got the link below to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, the link to our merch page if you want to get some cool Sea of Tranquility stuff, and the link to our webzine, which is celebrating 20 years on the internet this year. So thanks for watching, everybody. Stay tuned for more stuff here on the SOT, because we are here all the damn time. I am Pete Pardo. See you real soon. Bye-bye.